Troy, I mean, the first thing I'm thinking about, right? I mean, I'll just read the link before we talk about it, right? It says here England have a big job to do this week as Lee Castle looks to complete his interim period by sealing promotion. Of course, back to Nations League A. Greece currently lead with 3 points. Obviously, they had a brilliant result against England recently and have a better goal difference ahead of tomorrow's game against the Three Lions, which is obviously in Athens. Then the English lads have got the Republic of Ireland at Wembley, which is on Sunday. But I tell you one thing that surprises me, Troy. Why is Thomas Tuchel not in straight away?
Yeah, I said this on Friday. I had a bit of a rant about it because I think it's like wasted time, isn't it? A little bit. He should have a little bit of an impact. See what's going on, even if it was from a bird's eye view, and not have anything hands on, but at least see how people act around a training ground or St George's as well in this situation.
Do you know something? See if he was in a job, for example, and I don't know, you know, it's like sometimes you got a couple of games coming up, like Amorim, for example, at Sporting Lisbon. You can understand that he's got a couple of games, he's got a big Champions League game, couple of league games. You get that, and the move doesn't happen immediately. But for the life of me, I don't understand why Tuchel's not in the following day or starting the following day.
I've got a little bit of a theory, on it. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Is there anything to do with final payments from Bayern Munich, where if he works and things of that nature? Because to start in January is a bit of a random day anyway, isn't it? So maybe is he getting his last bit of pay up from Bayern Munich or things of that nature?
You know something, that could be the case. Listen, there's no doubt that could be the case because we don't know the ins and outs of previous contracts and dismissals and things like. You know what it's like.
Exactly. If you start working, you may have to pay it back and things of that nature. Just to completely be so far removed from it doesn't make any other logical sense than maybe there's a dispute with Bayern in the background going on.
Yeah, that's a fair point, and that's the things we're not privy to.
Absolutely.
And our job is to comment on it, and we do comment on it, but sometimes you're right. We probably don't know all. Well, we don't know all the facts, and there might be an underlying issue with a previous contract.
Other than that, though, mate, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, and it's just he's decided not to work, he's not going to put himself on in a good starting position to get the England fans on side, but also give himself the best opportunity to understand the place. Because with all these people dropping out, 8 dropped out now. This squad.
Yep.
The squad doesn't look great on paper. They could be going. His first game could be a massive game in March, which they have to win on day one.
Correct.
As you know, that's a very difficult role. So
it's a funny one. Andy and I were talking about it yesterday, Troy, as well. And the boys will obviously have got injuries and niggles, right?
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know whether you agree, I think in this particular tournament, of course the games are important, yes. But if it was a World Cup semi-final, the first game, aye, exactly. There'd be 6 or 7 of them would be turning up.
They'd be
right?
all right, wouldn't they? Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
The other thing that really surprised me was the fact that, according to Lee Castle, he hadn't spoken to Thomas Tuchel at all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there would have been at least a conversation about, how...
And that's what's leading me down my train of thought.
Yeah.
To have no communication, not even a text, not even a good look, mate, or, just something. I don't know. Something's not right.
Yeah, you're right.
Something's not right.
I don't think you're wrong. We'll see there's obviously been a few lads have pulled out the squad, but as one door closes, another one opens. Now, Morgan Rogers has been called up for the first time. I've got to say, Troy, I've been so impressed, man. Yeah, I know he's not for your end of the city, mate, but let's get at it right away. Yeah. He's been different class, and he says his experience he's playing in the EFL for the likes of Lincoln, Blackpool and Borough have helped his development.
You probably don't realise it until you get along the journey, how much that was key and how much it was pivotal for me at the time, just to go out and experience first team football for the first time really, and play on a consistent basis to win games every week and what that means and that pressure. And yeah, that's a massive key of my career so far that's helped me get to where I've got to, especially at the age that it was. I learned a lot about myself, about the way I handle situations and stuff to improve on. So yeah, it's definitely a massive part of my journey so far.
I think it's brilliant, Roy. And Troy, I bet you do too, because the likes of, you think about some of the boys and that playing in, we mentioned there, Lincoln, Blackpool, Borough. It's magic. It's a magic story. His rise, his level of performance this season. I mean, he's been different class, pal, hasn't he?
Yeah, and also even though he's on the other side of the city, he's been in a position where when he was at Middlesbrough, I thought he was very good, but I didn't know if he could make the step up.
Yeah.
Because normally you do a gradual step up, don't you?
Yeah.
He'll go in somewhere a little bit lower, then to a top four, but he's gone straight in. And dare I say, he's took it on to be the main man himself. You're not necessarily with the armband of things like that, but in terms of performance, give me the ball, don't worry about it.
There's a real confidence, isn't there?
Yeah, and there's a little bit of arrogance in him as well.
Don't mind it.
Remember when they took him off not too long ago, and he was like, "Me."
You can see it.
Like,
you can see it.
You don't take me off, kind of thing. I thought at 22, fair play to him. He's got under it. But I think for a lot of young people as well, went from West Brom to Man City as a young man. Didn't work out there in terms of getting the game time, but it's at Man City. Goes to Lincoln, Bournemouth, Blackpool, then settles at Middlesbrough. By the way, when you start looking around the map, he's gone everywhere. He's not stayed local.
Brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that UK passport's been stamped up. Do you know what I mean? Hey, and let's be quite frank about it. There's one or two I'm not just as glamorous. Do you know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
I'm not prepared to name names at this stage. but you know what I'm coming for. You know what I'm coming for.
Yeah, listen, it's not Bournemouth you're talking about. Let's put it that way.
Now, there's great opportunities for the likes of Rodgers, but as we mentioned earlier, mate, what a list of players, what a talent. I'm just going to read some of the names that have pulled out for one reason or another. Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, obviously, with one or two injuries. Bukayo Saka we saw at the weekend. Phil Foden, Jack Grealish and Trent. And former England striker Benty yesterday questioned whether that would have happened had Thomas Tuchel been in there already.
I do wonder if this was Thomas Tuchel's first squad.
100% everyone.
Would all 8 pull out?
Let me applaud that question. I've never done this whenever I work with you. That's an unbelievable question.
Because I'm not sure they would.
You're 100% right.
Yeah, so I just think now, because it's Lee Carsley, you're right, the 2 games, even though they're not meaningless, the 2 games that are there, I just think they're carrying slight knocks, and probably clubs have said, you know what, no. Like, this particular international, we'll just leave it, and then we'll obviously next international where you're ready to go. But there's been a lot of football played already. Like, I don't remember a season, and I might be wrong, but it feels like I've never known so many internationals at the start of a season. So, yeah, I think they're just carrying slight knocks. I don't think any of them are really badly injured and you think, oh, my goodness, they might be out. I just think the clubs have gone, you know what, you're carrying a slight knock. Enough, like, you've played enough football, 2 weeks off, reset and go again. Because I think every one of these 8 players, will be featuring next weekend for their club.
Well, we're watching. Do you know something? He's probably right. I mean, I don't know if all 8, Troy, right? But you can guarantee Benty's spot on. They'll have niggles. Yes. Will they be 100% fit? Absolutely no. No chance.
But you never are at this time, though.
Of course, you're always carrying something. You're always carrying something, mate. I mean, I'll ask you a question, Troy. How many times actually during the season do you think you played 100% fit?
I don't think I've been 100% fit since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I have.
You're always carrying, whether it's a wee strain, a wee knock, a muscle injury. Never. Absolutely never. But I think Benty's spot on.
Absolutely.
I mean, Thomas Tuchel was in charge, or, like I said, it was a massive game. 6 of the 7 are there.
I think as well, though, in this, Lee Carsley will have massive learning, not only from the Greece debacle, shall we say, with what all went on there, but even like naming Jack Grealish in. So clearly he's had a chat with Jack or with agent to be told, like, look, he's training actually, put him in the squad. To then make an issue that was never there. Because if Jack wasn't in the squad, none of us would have batted an eyelid because he hasn't played for Man City. But he said it. Then Pep's had to say, no, he's injured. And it's made something that doesn't need to be a thing.
Something.
And thankfully for him, like 8 have dropped out. The one who surprised me out of all of them is Ramsdale. That's the only one who surprised me because he went to Southampton to get back in the England squad.
Get games and get back in,
and
you're right.
I watched him at the weekend. He wasn't great against Wolves in terms of with his distribution. But to pull out, I just found it a little bit strange, personally. Yeah. Hopefully he's not, badly injured or stuff like that.
I think you're probably right, mate. Okay, mate. As always, the phone lines are open to you this morning on 03717 223344. How important are these upcoming games, and are you excited in the slightest or at all? Give us a call. Give us your views on those games, guys. Have the FA let the fans down with this England international break? 8 players drop out and no sign of the new manager. Let us know. Give us your views. You know the drill. It's 6:16.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.